welcome to Ed America with me, Hasna, one of the guests here in Ed America. If you're new here and have no idea what Ed America is, Ed America is the U.S. Embassy's American Center, and our mission is to provide a space for young Indonesians like yourself to learn about the United States. And yes, we are open for visitors every day, so come visit us at Ed America Jakarta to enjoy our various kinds of events, to explore them, to express yourself, and also to experience our facilities, obviously for free. Today, we will discover what exactly sustainable fashion is and why is it so important at today's event that we'll be having, saving the environment through the slow fashion movement. But before we begin, how about we spice things a little bit with a little social media quiz? And the question for today is, when was the term slow fashion first used? Is it 2006, 2007, 2008, or 2009? You might type in your answer at any time during the session on our social media. The lucky one who can guess the answer correctly will get a live shout out from us by the end of this event. Don't forget to do that because we really like to get everyone actively involved in this event. And you are feel free to take picture as much as you can and take at America's Instagram account. And now, without further ado, allow me to introduce our moderator for today's session, Demon Generation lead at Flip. Mas Ramzi, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mahasna. Hi, everyone. Hope you guys having a very good weekend, and thank you so much for tuning in in this session conducted by at America. I'm very honored and excited to be the moderator of this session because I'm very passionate to talk about the topic. And as you guys might know, as a human, we have three fundamental things to live, and those things in Indonesia called sandang, papan, and pangan. However, how something that is the fundamental things become the thing that is hurting our mother nature. The rapid turnover of fashion trends driven by excessive consumption in the fashion industry led to fashion being the second most polluting industry in the world. In response to those deviances, it creates a notion called slow fashion that being more environmentally and socially responsible. So in today's session, we have a very good speaker. Has in-depth knowledge of environmental conversation. She is also the Southeast Asia Youth Conference on illegal wildlife trade in 2015, and she is currently the Indonesia Community Manager in oceancycle.co. And please welcome Kak Ranitia Nurlita, or we can call her Kalita. Hi, Kalita. How are you
Hi.
doing, Kak?
Hi, Ramzi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you, Kak?
Alhamdulillah, really good. Nice to meet you virtually. I hope
Ah,
that we can meet offline, yeah?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Kak. For today's, I'm sure that you have something really exciting to share about the topic saving environment through slow fashion movement. So yeah, the stage is yours, Kak.
Okay. Thank you, Ramzi. And also thank you, everyone online and offline here. I saw some of people join in this at America. And yeah, nice to meet you offline now. This is my, after 2 years, I'm not here and now I'm here now. And yeah, so happy to share again with everyone here. Okay, so during 15 minutes, I will share a little bit about my experience during slow fashions. And then actually during 10 years, I'm worked so much for the environments. And actually tomorrow, June 5th, is International Environmental Day. So yeah, I would like to celebrate together with all of us, all the audience, and also all of you guys who know tomorrow. Remember that tomorrow International Environmental Day. So yeah, I hope that from start today until wherever and whenever we are, we still protect the environment. So yeah, I will share a little bit about my experience and then how slow fashions and then do we know what we wear yeah, this is actually some of the questions, or maybe you can also comments in Zoom or comments in the Twitter or comments in the Instagram live. I would like to know more because actually slow fashion, fast fashion is a little bit interesting during decades because many people, and we should also know about the facts of the slow fashion and fast fashions. This is a little bit about my background. Actually, Ramzi already mentioned it. Yeah, I'm working on the company in the US, namely OceanCycle.co. I'm the community manager and country representative in Indonesia. So almost I'm handle everything about the PET plastic recycling certifications. Besides that, also I made my own social business, namely WasteHub.id. WasteHub.id is social business to empower waste speakers to increase their livelihood. Besides that, also, yeah, during 10 years, I'm working so much for the environments. And I think the whole my life will be involving all the environments. And yeah, I'm really love diving. And I have some of the facts that I found in underwater. And you should know about this. And yeah, this is the video. You know what is it? The white one. And then, yeah, let's see. Let's play the video. I took the video in Alor in the East Nusa Tenggara when I dive around 3 meters. Night dive, actually, I really love night dive. You know, so in the blue things, the blue colors, it actually the fabrics and then a fashion waste. And the white one, if you know this one is diapers. You know diapers from the children. So yeah, actually I found it in the below of the water when I night dive in Alor, and really it's really make me super sad. And this blue things, you in the right color, I saw it. The blue, this is the clothes, and yeah, many things inside. Even I saw a bed or a kasur in Bahasa. Yeah, many things I saw. And actually, this is also the problem of fast fashions. So we change every day, and then every moments, every season, we change our clothes. And yeah, actually, this is the problems what we face today. And I would like to more share about the first is fast fashion and the environment, how the impact is. And you saw previously about the videos. And then the second one I would share about the in the US trends and also Indonesian innovations, what we did previously, and maybe we can got listen learn. And then the third one is what is slow fashion and also implementation. And I hope after the sessions we can also get some of points so we can implement also in our daily life. So yeah, this is some of the facts that we face today. So GRK or gas rumah kaca is the value chain of fast fashion. So before I talk about slow fashions, I will talk about the fast fashions. So fast fashion is fashion industry was responsible for 1.7 billion ton of carbon dioxide in 2015. And if you saw this diagram, around 5%, if you like travel, is contribute 5% of carbon dioxide. And if we contribute about fast fashion, we buy many type of clothes. So actually, we contribute around 10%. So if we compare, actually, fast fashion is really a more damage the environment. And then beside that, also another fact that polyester productions accounted for around 40% of total fashion industry emissions. And beside that, also as agricultural crops, cotton carbon footprint is lower than that polyester. So I hope that after this session, we can also be a smart consumer who buy our clothes, who buy our T-shirt, because this is also contributes. And beside that, also fertilizer, release nitric oxide, and greenhouse gas with around 300 times more warming power than carbon dioxide equivalents. And beside that, also, if we check these diagrams, we saw that nylon manufacturers contribute a large amount of greenhouse gas nitrous oxide. And beside that, also around 300 times larger impact that carbon dioxide on the global warming. So if you think that, oh, that's good, but we should also thinking, is it? So yeah, I hope that you should also more critic about how to be a smart consumers, and slowly if you face about the fast fashions, because fast fashions, if you know, like, oh my god, even now I'm really faced with my friends. Maybe you know about the some of the online shopping industries that, oh, this is some of discount, and then every month almost they have some of discount, one or two, and then three. So every month the people, especially youth, millennial, they buy so much of the clothes. Yeah, this is some of the problem that we face, and I also got this diagram from UNIP, United Nations Environmental Programs. So you saw in this diagram, actually, the textile is contribute around 1% of waste around the yellow one. So actually this is in Southeast Asians, but I will more tell about in Indonesia. It's around 3.5% of textile waste. So more than that is around 50 organics, and then another one is 9% is paper, 14 is plastic, 4.3 is metals, and then 1.7 is glass, and 3.5 is textile. Yeah, actually it's also its contributions that the textile industries, and then beside that also textile wise is also the problems in Indonesia. And yeah, I will skip this slide because actually the fast fashion industry is really contributed. Then how about the USA and innovation, Indonesia innovations? After we talk about the fast fashions, I will also tell about little bit slow fashion. What is slow fashion? Slow fashion is actually innovation from the company for stakeholders, government, and everyone who try to make the fashion production is slower, even slower for the production, less of water consumption, less of energy consumption. So yeah, actually many things happens in the United States and also in Indonesia. So I have some of the examples how the US and also Indonesian face and how struggling with the fast fashion to move into slow fashions, because slow fashion is more environmental friendly. The slow fashion is more impact to the environment. Also, the slow fashion is also reduce the impact of the environment. The first I will tell about the what the US United States did. Some of the company like Vitamin A, Patagonia, Island Fishers, Alternative Apparel Reformation, etc. They try to recycle fabrics and plant-based materials. And besides that, also they have the good policies to audit suppliers in supply chain. So they should to know how this cloth or the fabrics made, and how the end of the fabrics. And then besides that, some of the US company, they also use the organic cotton and upcycle products. How about in Indonesia? Actually, the Indonesia have many traditions. Now, almost every millennials are so many. Some of them use thrifting, or in bahasa we call it barang second. Jadi most of Indonesian try, but actually I do thrifting 10 years ago when I still students, because I'm graduate from IPB, Institut Pertanian Bogor, or Bogor Agricultural University. And when 10 years ago, I did thrifting in not Tanah Abang, but in Pasar Senen, and I will show what I wear when I still use the thrifting stuff. So actually, the thrifting is a long time ago. Even in maybe in your city in Medan, I saw some of the Pasar Kaget. They also use thrifting things, but actually during decade still happening. And besides that, also some of the industries, some of the community, they also use the bamboo and organic fabrics. And besides that, also some of the startup I also saw is they rent the clothes, and yeah, actually not to buy, because if we buy it, it's mean that we also produce the waste of the fabrics. And the question is, after we know about the fast fashion, after we know about the slow fashion, after we got some information, innovation in the US, in Indonesia, so how we can contribute as a youth, as millennials, to reduce this, the fast fashion to move into slow fashions. So the first one, we should have this mindset. Actually, start from the prevention, reduction, recycling, recovery, and disposal. Because normally in Indonesia, we still use like this pyramid. So we should move like this pyramid by prevention in the first thing we should do. So how prevention is really important because we should, when we buy, we should thinking, is it produce waste or not? And then after we prevent or karena we have lapar mata ya, we are hungry with everything. Oh, this is discount 50%, 90%, and then we lapar mata ya, we are really hungry with everything because of discount. But we should thinking again, we should prevent that. Is it will be the waste or not? And then the second one, we should reductions. If we already buy, so at least we should reduce. So yeah, I don't know when my last shopping. So I will tell you the story about that. And then we said that also after we already have our clothes and maybe we want to dispose. So hold on, don't dispose it because maybe we can recycling become some of the materials like yeah, in Indonesia we call it cassette or maybe some of the some things to clean the furniture or something. And then beside that also we should recovery. So it's very less to disposal because if we should know everything will be into the landfill. And then I have one this video and for me it's really interesting. This video when I was in one of the junk shop or we call it lapak pengepul pemulung. So yeah, I have this video and yeah, let's see the video what happened when I talk with the
Pakai
junk
apa
shop.
ya sampah kainnya?
Ini diambil sama buat apa sih? Buat keset juga.
Oh, buat keset bisa ya?
Buat keset didaur ulang lagi.
Iya.
Jadi nanti dibikin kayak tambang gitu.
Iya, tali tambang gitu ya.
Yeah, I found it in one junk shop, but actually almost in junk shop or pengepul or pelapa, they have the waste textile like that. So think, so if we not reduce it, it will be into the junk shop or maybe in the landfill. I saw many things in the landfill, also in underwater. So please, we know this facts, and because my daily job is working with a junk shop, and this really common there. So how they try to recycle it? So they recycled by into cassette, and then they made into several things. So yeah, actually this made from the recycled textile. And beside that, to preventions, you should think about buy the right things. Is it will become waste or not? And yeah, this is some of the suggestions I got from Cerdas Berpakaian. Cerdas Berpakaian also movement that I mentors for the mentorings is from one of the it's like a boot camp. So I try and help them to make that movement. Actually, it's really good. So yeah, many fabrics that we should know. The first is like synthetic fabrics. So how to minimize the synthetic fabric? Because synthetic fabrics made from polyester, nylon, acrylic, PVC leather, and everything is made of plastic. So how to reduce it? Actually, we can try to use recycled polyester because some of the polyester made from recycled fabric and then recycled nylon, recycled acrylic, eco-intelligent polyester, and many things alternative. Besides that, also another categories like synthetic fabric from natural origins, like the bamboo, viscose. So yeah, many alternative like try to use stencil brands and then bamboo like lysosols, and then upcycled fabrics. And then how the another categories like natural fabric from the plant fibers is like cotton. So we try not only cotton meat, but it's really organic cotton, ran-fed cotton, or maybe organic flax. And another categories like natural fabric from animal fibers, like silk, because it's like made from the animals. So we try to use the organic wool, recycled animal fibers, and how about the pelts or kulit? So yeah, we try to minimize use leather, another fur, shearling. So how to alternative? We try to use recycled leather, recycled animal fur, low impact pelts, and second-hand pelts. Yeah, many things we can try, but it's take times because everything actually is processed. And yeah, this is one of example that I did since 10 years ago. So yeah, this is story when I post in Instagram about my thrifting experience. So if you saw this clothes, actually I bought in Priviliatok in Pasar Senen. I used the thrifting. So I bought it until now. I still use it. So it's mean that I'm still fit with this size. So yeah, actually, this interesting thing has happened when I did in 2010. And why I think that because yeah, I want to be a smart shopper, and then beside that also because I know the impact of the environment. So I'm decide to use and try to thrifting, and then also change the clothes with my sister because I also have my sister. So my sister almost their her clothes is from me, and then beside that also we can try to upcycle. And then when I buy the clothes, I'm prefer to use the bamboo fabrics because it's made from the organic thing. Or even we already use the polyester, at least we should make it longer. And this is another that I did. So yeah, actually during 2 years during pandemic, I'm travel a lot from in the west to in the east Indonesia during 2 years until now. So yeah, it's happily I'm here in Jakarta because maybe several weeks I will stay here. So actually, I only use this bag during 2 years. The 60 liters of carrier bag. I did it and I just bring a few t-shirt, a few clothes, maybe 5 pairs, and I also have the tutorial how to pack everything in one carrier, 60 liters. Yeah, I'm trying to be a responsible consumer and minimalism what I bring. Because for me, it's really important when I saw everything, the impact. Actually, we can live with this 60-liter bags. I believe you should try. And you can check also in my Instagram when I do the tutorials. Yeah, I try to minimalism what I buy and then what I wear because this is it's really important for me. And when I buy something, I should also thinking, is it will be age will longer or not? It will be waste is better. I pay the high price, but the quality is longer that I can use it. And then this is responsible consumer and minimalism. And then beside that, what we should try. And yeah, this is this good video when I was in Alor. I went to one of the island named is Ternate Island. So Ternate Island, I have the next video with a second. I have one slide after this.
Warna-warna apa ya?
Okay.
Dari apa, Om? Ini apa ya?
Ini apa kayu hidup?
Kayu hidup.
Hidup.
Ini. Terus kalau ini ungu.
Ini ungu dari apa? Biru nila
Hmm.
dengan hijau dengan ungu apa?
Hmm.
Tidak, ini ungu laut. Saya omong ini. Ini ungu dari laut.
Oh, dari apa ya?
Dari
Tinta.
siput tadi.
Oh, siput. Kalau ini Mama,
Ini hijau dari ketapang.
ketapang. Kalau ini
Ini dari kuning. Hasil laut. Ini kuning bambu dari laut punya spon kuning.
oh spon kuning.
Ini dari apa? Kulit tongke.
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 Oke.
Ini dari kulit tongke.
Kalau ini
Ini apa? Kunyit dengan lemon.
oh kunyit dengan lemon
Iya,
ya.
iya,
Bagus
kunyit
warnanya.
Kunyit lemon.
Hmm. Kalau ini
Biru dari nila saya campur dengan
Yang ini.
air ungu. Itu
Hmm.
air teripang itu siput punya. Jadi dia menjadi ini. Karena kita bisa menjadi warna berubah.
Okay, this is interesting video that I found when I was in Alor last years. So I went to one of the island, the name is Ternate. So I will next slide and then I will share story about my mama. So yeah, my mama is from Alor, East Nusa Tenggara, NTT, and you saw the video, everything is made from the organic things, organic plants, and then is made from also the animal siput in the oceans. So I'm really love local wisdom that what the people, local people do and what people wear because they made this tenun like this is from the organic animals or organic plants. And when I talk with them, they said that they will take the plants or take the animals not much. It depend of the how many tenun that or hand woven that they want made. And you saw the ingredients, one of from the Nila, and then is from the seafood in the oceans, and then one is from the woods. And yeah, if you know about the process, actually we try and we can help the environment by not destroy by the chemical things, because most of the fast fashion industries and some of the fashion industry, they still use the chemical things. And I learned from Mama that Mama really protect the environment. They take all the ingredients by order, and then they see not destroy, because like from the leaves or from the woods, they go to the mountain to take that ingredients. And besides that, like from the seafood in the oceans, they take it not much. It depends, like the color from the yellow or the color of red. I also saw when I dive, and yeah, actually still much, because mamas use it, um, not not destroy it, but depends is enough from the productions. So we can learn. So with mama, like maybe all of you guys think, oh, the hand woven is really expensive, but I'm really appreciate why mama do it and why mama sell it, because all the process is really manual. So that's why when we talk about the whole slow fashion, when I learning with them, actually is make me more appreciation with the producing, with the handwoven people, handwoven women who made it. And then also I'm thinking how to slow fashion actually appreciation to ourselves, not to destroy the environment. So yeah, actually this is a little bit what I can share. So for the next we can talk more with you and with all of you guys, and keep in touch in my Instagram or maybe in my link tree, Ranitya Resume. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kalita. That was a very good presentation and also heartbreaking to see that like a lot of things, especially the ones that you found in the ocean, it's really heartbreaking. And for slow fashion, from what you presented, I see that there are three main things in the fashion processes. The first one is the design, and then production, and then consumption. And for the slow fashion itself, uh, the players in this field put a lot of like thoughtful, I like put a lot of thoughtful and work before they make the product itself. In contradiction with fast fashion, right? There are like every week, almost every week, there are new trends in like every fast fashion companies that I know. Like I cannot fathom the thought of that thing, because like the brand creates the collection every week, and it's because there are a lot of consumer that demanding the collection. So what I want to ask for you, Kak, actually there are like two main sides, two main parties that are responsible for this fast fashion things. The first one is the brand, and the second one is the consumer. Like for your experience, what would you suggest for the brands, especially local brands in Indonesia, for them to be like more responsible for what they do, so that they can also contribute to saving the environment? I think that would be my first question, Kak.
Okay, that's really interesting when you talk about the impact of the fast fashions. The first is from the producer side, and the second one is from the consumer side. If I have many videos, and I believe that everyone here you can check in the social media or in YouTube about the fast fashion industry, especially in Indonesia and in these areas of Citarum River, and many of the campaign to for the textile industry that they destroy the water quality, and also the river quality. So yeah, it's actually when we talk about the producer and consumer, for me, because I'm also consumers, so for me it's depend on us. Because when we talk about the business, the producer will make everything the important thing because the demand of the consumers. So if we want to be a good consumer, so we should also think, is it this product is organic? Is it this product is sustainable for the environment? Is it the product made by the plant-based or maybe from the animals that can be recycled, or maybe this product it will be environmental friendly. So we should also thinking how to be a good consumers. Besides that, also the producers, because some of the company they also should be responsible that their waste, especially the textile waste, the water quality. I hope that all the producer who produce the textile, produce the fabrics, they should be based on the regulations in Indonesia. Like Indonesia, we have AMDAL, UKL, UPL, and then environmental permit. So yeah, at least they should pass this regulation, should be certified of the some of the government regulations. And then beside that also, they should also educate also the employee how to save water, because like when we talk about the productions of the textile, we need gallons of water that produced, right? So yeah, my suggestion to for producers and the consumers, producer is not only the factories but also UMKM or SMEs, small medium enterprises. So you also should thinking about the ingredients, should it organic things or how the impact of the environment. Actually, many right now many youth UMKM or many youth SMEs that try for environmental friendly. There's very good initiations, but yeah, producer and consumer should work together. And besides that, also because when we talk about the textile factories of the textile fabrics, and that the consumers, we should also know, is there any law that I shared the slide previously in the US? Some of the companies, some of the factories, they work also with the government, how they also based in their law, and then the regulations, and then beside that also the how the law works. Yeah, actually should work together. And if you have like the consumers have the background of law, how to law enforcement of the factories or company to do the things like that. Because yeah, when we talk about the fashion things, it's really huge problems that you saw the videos that I shared, and then maybe you can check in your environment right nearby many things for the textile waste or textile or fabric waste that you can face that. Yeah, it's actually should be two of them. Producer should be active, and also consumer, you should be a good consumer. You should also be a critical thinkers as a consumer, thinking is where it's from, is it true, is it this company certified by blah blah blah, is it really environmental friendly. Yeah, because sometimes the company do the greenwashing thing, if you know the greenwashing. The greenwashing is like descriptions that the company try and educate the consumer that they do the good thing for the environment. But you should also check, is it certified? Is it also based on the government regulation, especially in Indonesia, like AMDAL, UKL, UPL, and a permit of the environment? And then is it, how about the impact of the society? Is it the water quality is good or not? And then, yeah, many things should be checked as a good consumers.
I see, I
Mm.
see. So yeah, I agree with what you said that a lot of like the decision maker is at the end it will be the consumer, right?
Yeah.
But I think in Indonesia, what the problem right now is that we still like there are most of the Indonesians are still not aware about this issue. And I think one thing that the brand is responsible for is to like educate the customer But like what you said, there are a lot of brands that doing the greenwashing campaigns so that they can sell at higher prices, something like that. But I want to ask your, like, from your point of view, like what kind of things that the brand should like tell the customer about the process of their production, Kak, so that
Mm.
the consumer can be educated and know that they will purchase something that is good for the environment as well, because there are a lot of things happening in the process of creating the products. So I want to know, like, from your point of view, what are the most important things to tell to the customer so that we can, as the brands, and we can penetrate the slow fashion movement to a larger audience.
Okay, this is very interesting when you talk about how the producers, right? So yeah, I hope that maybe some of the producer watch this YouTube or maybe watch this live. So yeah, please tell your consumers about the transparency of the supply chains, because not so much people know about the supply chains of the production of the products. Even I work in the PET certification company. I just know about the supply chains of the PET plastic. This is only one type of plastic, means the PET, right? So yeah, so the supply chain actually same, almost same of the waste. It start from the production. The production should mention what the ingredients of the fabric. It can be the cotton things or organic things. And then beside that also the production can tell the consumer that maybe it's 100% organic, but you should also put the label thing so the consumer can check is there any you the brands or the product registered in the website who have certification of the environmental fabric or not. And then they start only the ingredients. And then the second one, if you want to tell them, I mean the consumers, that less of carbon emission, you should tell them if they wear this clothes, how many carbon dioxide equivalent reduce. And beside that also, this is the start for the distribution, right? And then another things you can tell about how the missions, because I just went to one of the shopping mall yesterday and I saw one of the brands. They said that all the ingredients of their cloth, the shoes made from 100% of recycling plastic. But when I check, I don't see anything, informations. Is it 100% recycling plastic? Because when I check in the website, nothing, something explanation there. So yeah, if you, one of the producers or a company want to educate consumers, actually, at least you should tell them about the supply chain, how it start, how the distribution process, and how will be end. Because if we know about the how it will be, because like now we should to know about the process of circular economy. So the circular economy is production, distribution, consumptions, and then not only consumption but the consumers can also recycle the products. So actually, if we produce the waste, we should also tell the consumers that they can also recycle or maybe can give donations and give to their shop again, so the booth or the shop can recycle the fabric waste again. So yeah, many things can we do as the consumers, at least start from the distribution, productions, and also the packaging things, because some of the company they said environmental friendly, but the packaging is still using plastic. So yeah, it's something's a dilemma, right? Yeah, this is one of my suggestions for the producers to tell the consumers. The supply chain is very important. Yeah.
I see. So what you suggested is to give the information about the journey of the product itself,
Yeah.
starting from the production, the supply chain, and then when the product is in the customer hands, and the
Yeah.
after period, after the customer wears, like what can what kind of things that we they can do with the product itself. They can recycle it or
Yep.
they can do something about it, something like
Yeah.
that, yeah, Kak. I
Yeah,
see.
or
That's very
donate
interesting.
again and then they got
Mhm.
discount. Many things can do. Yeah, so
Yes.
it not Bill Wibian in the landfill or the ocean that that you saw the video
Yes.
previously. Yeah.
Mhm. That's very interesting, Kak. But okay, maybe I also want to ask about this, Kak. As you mentioned before, like there are a lot of like online shops that doing this like monthly big discount that is very interesting, right? Like you can buy a shirt for like 1,000 rupiah, but
Mm-hmm.
there are also these brands that they are very thoughtful for like their production process, their design process, and then they're very thoughtful about the welfare of their craftsmanships and everything. But the price is really high,
Mm-hmm.
so most of the Indonesians would prefer to buy the cheapest thing rather than buying something like 10 times the price
Mm-hmm.
of the all shop prices, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but wha- what I found is the quality of the slow fashion brands is more likely to be a very good quality that it could be worn until like 10 years, because I bought something from Sejauh Mata, and I bought it back to in 2014, and in this year I still can wear it. It doesn't run out of trend, it's still good. And yeah, I think that's like the investment of like the conscious buying, like becoming the responsible customer, also something that can be good for the consumer itself. But there are, yeah, like the price sensitive is very hard to beat, because like there are also the impact of social medias, like many of people wanting to use something new in like every week. They like they don't want to post an Instagram post with the same outfit that they used before, and like that's like really the problem. So I think besides the brand's contribution, besides the brand's responsibility to educate the customer, like what are the things that we can do, ya, Kak, as the community, as the one that aware of these things, so that many larger audience will aware about this and can be penetrated to adopt the slow fashion movement, Kak.
Okay, this is really problematic when we talk about the customers and then the discount. I still remember many discount every month, like one, 2, 3, and now is 6. So the price only 10,000. Oh my god, so cheap, right? So
Wow.
yeah, 10,000, 50,000.
Oh my
How they made
god.
this clothes?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, it's based on us. Again, depend on us. So if we try to solve the environment, if we try to preserve the environment, if we want to try to do the slow fashion things, actually should be based on us, right? Yeah, because if we not based on us, based on the lapar mata or hungry things when we saw many discounts, yeah, it's same. So yeah, at least as the consumers, we already know many facts about the problem of fast fashions and how to try to the slow fashions. We should have the commitment for the ourselves, because if we don't commit with ourselves, if we don't commit with the environment, it's same. It same means we still destroy the environment. And until now, even I have experienced more than 10 years, I still learning and learning. Even I just learning how the textile made from the handwovens or tenuns just last year. And then when I was drive around 13 meters deep in Lembata Island, I saw pembalut in for women, right? So yeah, so that that thing, so I'm trying to not using anymore. So I use the reusable things, reusable by the fabrics, and also should know about the fabrics. And then I went to one of the producer who made the fabric for the women's, and actually is more reusable, and then also was 100 times. So yeah, actually we should start from ourselves. So we should commit with ourselves that we should change, even if it takes longer. Better takes longer, year by years, month by month. Then we try to change tomorrow, and then we change again tomorrow. So yeah, it's a little bit complicated when we talk about that, but we should commit with ourselves. And then beside that, when we face about the brands, they said this environmental friendly that you mentioned that you wore the clothes. That's really good, and I really appreciate it because we're really faced with environmental friendly products. And beside that, also we can try to buy local products that I mentioned in the presentation. That like handwoven, we buy in the local people. They made from the organic fabric and then organic coloring process. So we can try to do that. Even the price is really higher. I buy one of the tenun. The minimum price if we buy in local is around 500,000 rupiahs. And if we go to Grand Indonesia or one of the shopping mall, it will be maybe 3 times higher. But we should also thinking if we buy cheap means it will be fast to be waste. If we buy higher, if we buy little bit expensive, but the value of the textile, the value, and we can use 100 times. So for me, I'm better to buy higher, and then I can use 100 or 1,000 times. Then I buy cheaper, but maybe I can use 5 or 10 times, and then after that become waste. So yeah, it's depend for the customers. And beside that also, because I'm trying to reduce everything, so sometimes also educate people to give donations if they don't want anymore, or maybe they can change, or maybe they can rent the clothes. So yeah, actually it depend on us. And the first thing that we should do, we should commit with ourselves that we want to reduce. If we not commit, same. So it start by commitments, and then the second one, commitment for ourselves, commitment to close our eyes to not hungry with the discount things. So yeah, this one of we can do.
I see, I
Mm.
see. Okay, interesting. Also, when you in your presentation, you were mentioning about the thrifting, right? And I am very much a thrifting person. I haven't bought any new pieces starting from like 2015. I only bought like something from second-hand places because I become aware of like the slow fashion movement back in those years. But currently, what I see in the market is that thrifting is become the trend, Kak. So instead of people making the thrifting an alternative for them to save the environment with the conscious buying and everything, they make it as a trend. So currently, like there are this movement when you wear something that is old school, it's like it will be cool to wear something that are old schools, so that people make the thrifting like people make the thrifting trend. So I think that makes like that doesn't contribute anything to saving the environment because they still treat the thrifting things as a way to buy a product that is not long lasting, but they buy it because it's what the trend in the current time. Like, what do you think about that about this thing, Kak, when thrifting becoming a trend? Is
Yeah.
it still good or is it mm, same thing when we buy the fast fashion companies?
Yeah, if you ask, is it good? I can answer, it's good start. It means that it's good start, but after this we can try to educate people as thrifting as lifestyles. So actually, the thrifting producers or the thrifting movements not only buy the second-hand products, but they also should educate the thrifting because we make this longer. Even the thrifting is the price is really is cheap, yeah. But actually, this is start. I mean, it's good point to start. Do you remember when the plastic use? I mean, the paper plastic is a trend, and then you remember
Mhm.
that use the stainless straw is a trend. So it's a start to good trend. But after that, as maybe if everyone here have the green community or organization who focus for educations for the consumers, you can start to educate that by it's not only thrifting, but actually you solve the environments. And then thrifting not only we use one times, but the important thing how to make it longer, longer and longer. Yeah, this is important things. So yeah, thrifting is good start, but don't only start, but you should and we should also continue and continue. Same with the plastic lifestyles. Everyone now in the big cities like in Jakarta, in Bandung, and then I went to some of the cities like Jayapura, Medan, and then Palembang. They try to not plastic. They're not trying to use plastic anymore because the regulation. So it start from the trend, and then after that, the trend moved to the regulation for the government. So yeah, it's a good start, and then don't be enjoy with the good start. We should move to the regulation that thrifting can help, and then maybe can regulate or enforce the company or factories who try to fast fashions to more responsible that their product. So yeah, it's a good start, but we should continue and move forward. Yeah.
I see. So
Mm.
it's a good penetration
Mm.
to introduce them to a sustainable, uh, to conscious buying lah ya. So
Yeah.
that
Conscious paying.
because with thrifting, right, we need to
Mm.
like check the product first. We
Yeah.
need to like see if the product is actually fit with what the clothes that we have in our closet, something like that.
Yep.
Because the difference between thrifting and buying from the fast fashion companies is that the thrifting, the condition might be not as that good. That's why the consumer need to check it, and that's why they learn about the concise buying because they need to recheck it again before they buy it. So yeah, yes, I agree with you. That's a good start. That's a good penetration
Mm.
to introduce about the slow fashion movement.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
maybe
actually,
another one question. Oh, sorry.
yeah, it's
What was you?
okay. Actually, I'm not only thrifting for clothes that I wore, but I also
Mhm.
thrifting with the electronics that I used. Like
Oh,
I never buy the new handphone until now. So this is my phone. I buy in the second hand shop. So yeah, I want
wow.
to make it longer. Even I use the refrigerators I buy in the second hand shop. So yeah, because I know the impact of the environment, so I'm try. If the quality is good, why we buy the new one? If the quality is
Mhm.
still can be fixed, why we buy the new one? So the important things is to make it longer, and we should also know and responsible that the waste, like the electronic waste, is really harmful also for the environment because it's hazardous waste. So if we know the electronic waste, happily in some of the areas in Indonesia handled the electronic waste, but most of the another areas is not. But yeah, so
Mm.
that's why I buy the second hand many times because I want to try. So I hope that's not only me, but everyone here who listens, everyone here know the value of everything we buy. So please think, is it be waste? Sometimes or it will be waste in the future, or if we can still fix it, why we buy it? So yeah, actually it's depend
Mhm.
on us. We should ask ask ourselves, is it made by waste? Is it harmful for the environment? So yeah, everything is about the process. Yeah, even
I see,
my
I see.
laptop, my phone, yeah, everything is secondhand, and I'm really love it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's very interesting because for me, it was just my clothes that I bought from the secondhand shops, but everything else is I prefer it new. But yeah, that's something to think about because what you said, like if we still can use it, why not? Mhm. I see, I see. Okay, okay, Kak. Maybe I can. I have several questions from the audiences. So yeah, maybe I will start reading it from the ones in Zoom. So from Mas BJ Swamintaya, he asks that at present our industry in fashion is invaded by goods from abroad, example Japan, China, Korea, and etc., where we can buy at a lower price. Do you still optimist to fight them? Do you have a strategy to compete?
Yeah, this is
That's very
interesting.
interesting question.
Thank you much for the questions. I'm really love these questions. If you ask me which one you want to buy, international brands or local brand, I will answer that I will buy, of course, local brand or MKM, because I know the process and I want to try the reduce the carbon emission that for the distributions, because most of the distributions also from abroad, so they import all the products to our countries. So yeah, so that's why head to toe, I don't have brands of my clothes or my shoes because I'm trying to use the local brand. So for me, it's okay. So yeah, actually depend on you. If you like international brand, it's okay. I'm not judge you because it's depend on you. If you want to buy international brand, it's really okay. The important things that you can use 100 times. The important things that you can use 1,000 times. Then you buy international brand, and then you buy another brand, but only maybe use 1 2 3 times, and then you throw, and maybe you not use anymore. It's better you can give to another else. So yeah, so if you ask, of course, because I'm really love local, I'm really love Indonesians, so I'm trying to use a local brand because it's more pride as Indonesians. And beside that also because I did many things from the west to the east part. I did many traveling, and and I saw really that they are really faced with their economy. Even the handwovens, handwoven women's, and then many fabrics from the west part to the east part, like in the west part, like in Medan, we call it. When I wear some of them, so I some of the people ask me, Boru mana? Boru means marga mana in Sumatera Utara, in North Sumatra, because I wore some of their handwovens. And then, oh no, no, I'm Indonesian. I'm from Java, but I really love your handwoven, so that's why I wore. And then beside that, when I was in East Nusa Tenggara, I wore this handwoven, and then they really appreciate it, and I want to try to help their economy. So actually, it's depend on us. If you buy international brand, it's really okay. If you buy a local brand, it's really okay. But yeah, as because I'm Indonesians, I want to help them, and I know about the condition, so I'm trying to prefer to buy local products. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Kak.
Mhm.
But I want to like ask the question again, like how optimist of you, Kak, that we can fight the international brands? Because
Mhm.
like what you said, like it's okay to buy the international brands,
Mhm.
but for you, you would prefer the local brands. But
Mhm.
yeah, like how optimistic are you like in the next 5 years? Like
Mhm.
how optimistic are you that the Indonesians will choose the local brands rather than the international brands with the current conditions of the fashion industry in our country right now?
Yeah. I will be optimist if the producer or Indonesian brand also optimist. So do you remember some of the brand Indonesian brand also had some of the event like blah 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 Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, and then Paris Fashion Week. This is good start. So Indonesian brand also can share their brands in international level. And besides that, also some of designer, local designer also go abroad. And I still remember when I was in last 2016 when I was in Azerbaijan. I wore a handwoven or tenun, and then some of the delegates were it's like shirt. It's really formal, and I wore local. And then some of them asked, "Oh, this nice. Where are you from?" And then yeah, it's more about the interactions. So I hope that Indonesian who live abroad, Indonesian who still abroad, or Indonesian who doing abroad for activities, for business and everything, actually you are the ambassador of your countries. So how optimist? I will optimist, and actually I'm really optimist that we should proud with our brands, Indonesian brands, even from the local or met some of the brands as for internationals. So yeah, actually we should and support SMEs or MKM who have the local brands. And then beside that also, if we went somewhere, especially if you go to abroad, actually maybe you can bring one batik or one tenun, and then you can share. Oh, this is our local pride. So yeah, it's depend on us, but I really believe if we have the local pride of ourselves.
Okay,
Mm.
so the strategy would be to become the ambassador of our local products.
Yeah.
So,
You
I
go
see, I
outside the
see.
country, you bring, oh, it's okay, like one piece of tenun or maybe one piece of batik or be one piece of ulos from North
Mm.
Sumatra or one piece of, yeah, it's okay. You can give as a gift. So that's it's more the local pride. Yeah. And yeah, some of people is still curious. So maybe I have
Mhm.
many Bule friends or foreigner friends. I ask them, they always ask me where to buy this, and then I told them like, oh, to buy this you should go blah 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 blah. So they're more curious about the local things. So yeah, actually we should be ambassador for the countries by pride with the local brands. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak,
Mm.
for the answer. And I will move to the next question from Kak Intan. Kak Intan asked that what are the ways for us to be mindful in our everyday fashions?
The ways jalan mean the ways for
Yes,
every day. Yeah.
caranya.
Yeah. For me to fulfill as our daily life, especially for the slow fashions, when I buy something, I always ask the story from the something that I buy. So when you ask me, why you use this shirt, I will tell you the story. Actually, this is my sister clothes, so it's not mine, but it's my sister clothes because we are a same body, nor I mean same size. So yeah, sometimes I use my sister clothes, sometimes I use my own clothes. And then when you ask me about my trousers, it's gift from my auntie because my auntie worked in the garments industries. So yeah, I fulfill what I wear. I fulfill what I do every day by story that I bring because from head to toe I have story everything of this. So when I have the story, I'm more grateful. I'm more confident that at least I can help many people. I buy this because I help the people. I buy this because I have the story. So yeah, like this one from what I wore in my hands. Everything about the story. This the bracelet. I really love bracelets. So I collect many type of bracelet. So like this, the blue bracelet I bought in the Lombok. So I help the local people. He is a handmaker of the bracelet. So they tell the story of this how they made it, and then because I'm really like sea turtles, so they put the sea turtles here, and then this is also some of the bracelet I buy also in Lombok, and then this bracelet the white one, sorry, the red and white. Actually, I bought in Alor. I also helped the women's to do the handmade bracelet. So yeah, actually, I wear everything is by story, and I feel really fulfilled when I do everything my life because it's not only by, but I have the story behind.
Okay, so the ways to be mindful in what we wear is to actually deep deeper on the story of the goods
Yeah,
itself.
yeah.
So like, okay, that's very interesting, Kak.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the answer, Kak. I will move to
Yeah.
the next question from Kanuro. Uh, the question is, apakah dampak fast fashion juga terjadi di Indonesia? Is the fast fashion impact is also happening in Indonesia? I think you were mentioning before that the textile waste in Indonesia is 3.5% from
Yep.
the overall waste.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe you can elaborate from that.
Yeah.
That's like also the impact.
Mhm.
I think.
The slide previously, I told that the research from UNIP, United Nations Environmental Program, the report, you can check and search it. So yeah, the textile industries is involving around 3.7 waste, total waste from 100. 50 around 50% is organics, and then around 11-13% is plastic, and then another is cupboard, paper, and then 3 point something percent is textile. So is it contribute? Of course. So contribution is not only in the land, but also when you saw the first video you saw in underwater, when I use a night dive in one of the areas in Indonesia. And it's another contribution. You should see some of the films in YouTube. You can check about the waste textile in Citarum River, and you saw many things impact for the environment, especially for water quality. So yeah, is it impact in Indonesia? Of course, because we are a consumer, we buy something and then it will be into the landfill. So how to solve it? We can start to be how to be a good consumers, buy the right things. If we want to buy something, think first that it should be waste. If we be it this product will be a waste, at least we should before become waste we should give to another else, and then so the people can use longer. And then yeah, the linear or sorry, the circular economy should be implemented in our country. It's not only the plastic but also the textile waste under the organic waste. So everything should be circular, and everything should be responsible, even responsible producer or responsible consumers. If you still remember the SDGs point 12, responsible consumption and productions, this is also part, we support SDGs 2030. Yeah.
Okay, that's actually your answer is also can be the answer for the next question, but I will still mention the question from Kak Amanda. She asked that what is the easiest way
Mhm.
to reduce the impact of fast fashion?
The easiest way is start from ourselves for our commitments. So we should commit with ourselves that we not contribute for the fast fashions. You can try to reduce. You should calculate. Start. You should calculate during a month how many clothes or how many trousers, how many fill you buy. I will give you a sample. A month you buy one shirt, and then maybe one fair, and then maybe one, or maybe a month you buy five because have many discount. Okay, it's okay, five. And then for the next month you try to reduce. From the five you try to reduce. Okay, next month I want to commit maximum three. And then okay, next month you want to contribute and commit, maybe you can try to reduce until two. So it start step by step. The easy way is okay. You still buy the clothes, fast fashion is okay. But maybe you can start tomorrow because tomorrow also environmental day. You can start to calculate per month how many clothes I buy. It's okay. You just start from calculations, and then for the next month you try. Okay, I don't need anymore, so I can steal it. I still use it, or I can steal to someone else. So yeah, sometimes I also do it, and until now because I also forgot when my last shopping for the clothes thing, because yeah, if you remember my slide, I can survive with 60 liters of carrier bag until now. Yeah, it's a good start. You can calculate how many clothes you buy per month, and then you can commit with ourselves. And then beside that, also you can follow many information, many social media who focus on fast fashions. Maybe I can give some of sample in Indonesia, cerdas berpakaian that I share, and then uh, memandang, I forget what the name. Um, so you mentioned before your product that,
Oh,
oh
sejauh mata
yeah,
memandang.
sejauh mata memandang, and then you can follow some of
Mhm.
the organic producers, organic company. And so you can try to educate yourself by follow the information, the social media. And after that, after you commit, and then you can check your environment or maybe your friends who focus for environmental campaign. So yeah, it's good start. At least first you have commitment, and then you can get your friends, environmental friend who always remind you to reduce and reduce. Because if we not have the good environment, especially for environmental activities or environmental campaign, it will be back. Like me, in my WhatsApp group, I have many of the environmental groups because I want to charge every day the informations. Is not only about waste, about but also how we can help the government systems, because right now also continue my masters for the environmental things. So I also want to update how the regulation is, how it's work or not, and then is there any problem in the society, how we can help. And then yeah, we should actually involve in, if we already have to commit with ourselves. Yeah, is sometimes people think it's really difficult, but the important thing, we should start with small type by niat, yeah, commitment. Yeah.
See, I see, I see, I see. So the easiest thing that you can do to like reducing the impact of fast fashion is to be mindful of what you're
Yeah.
buying, to be the conscious
Yeah.
consumers, to be the
Mm.
ones that have the commitment to
Mm.
always seeking new informations
Mm.
about the impact of the fast fashion, and to
Mhm.
surround yourself with a friend that will always nudge you
Mm.
to be more environmentally friendly.
Yeah,
Thank you
and
so much
check
for the
your
answer, guys.
yeah, and check your closet after this. Check your
Check your
closet
closet. Mm.
because you check it. Oh, I have many clothes. I don't wear it. Maybe some of pants you can give to everyone. So yeah, maybe you can, after the sessions you can check your closet. If you not wear anymore, you can give to somebody.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. That is actually something that I did back then, Kak.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in university, I had to move to another kosan, and
Mm.
then when I started packing my clothes, I realized that were most of my clothes are sitting in my closet for at least 6 months.
Okay.
I never wore them, and then from that moment, I started to committed to a new way of life by only having 40 clothes at a period of time. So that is something that you can do. Look at your clothes, look
Mm.
at your closet, and then you can like see how many clothes that you actually not wearing for the last 6 months, and
Yeah.
you will realize that it's not um, following the trend is not something that is cool. Something that is cool is to be mindful of what you
Mm-hmm.
buy. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all the questions from the audience, but I want to check if the audience in the studio have some questions. Are you guys
So
want
maybe
to
everyone
ask
from
some
YouTube
questions?
or Instagram or Facebook or in here at America have some questions about the fast
Yes.
fashions thing or slow fashions because yeah, sometimes I'm really love to slow life until now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you? I have one question, Kak. I'm
Okay.
sorry, everyone. I'm the one who asks a lot of questions.
Mhm.
Do you have any recommendation for the slow fashion brands, Kak?
The slow fashion brand in
Local
Indonesia,
brands. Yes,
local
yes.
brand.
Mhm.
Hmm. Actually, it's really hard questions because I
Okay.
sometimes I buy in the local people and they don't have brand.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Actually,
You
it
prefer
depends.
to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Actually, is there any recommendation for the local brand? For me, local brand in Indonesia, everything is good. Yeah, everything is
Mhm.
good. Like many people known like Bandung is the apa ya
Yes.
the haven of the local brand. And then
Mhm.
yeah, for me, I'm prefer to buy in the local producer. So when I go to somewhere and then I saw this is it will be conscious product, so I will buy. If not, I don't want to buy. So yeah, if any recommendation, my recommendation is everything local brand is good. And the important thing is we can use 100,000 times longer. Yeah, and
Yes.
then how to make it 100 or 1,000 times longer? Actually, is based on our how we save that products, especially for clothes. If we use chemicals, it will be takes lower the quality. So it's better you not use the chemicals detergents. So you can use the organic detergents. Like if you want to wash batik or batik, you can use lera. Lera is made from the organic things. And then if you want to wash um, some of the hand woven fabric, you can not I mean not use the shop, you just wash by water. So yeah, the things that how to make longer is about how you also can uh save the quality of the products. Yeah.
I see.
Mm.
Okay. So you prefer to buy it for the local production
Yeah.
so that because like you always prefer to know the story of the
Yeah.
things that you wear. So yeah,
Yeah, and
that
oh
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, and I hope that I can also reduce the carbon emissions because if we ship
Mhm.
the product like from Bandung or maybe from Jakarta to someone else, it will be contribute how many percent of carbon dioxide equivalents. So it's better when I need that product, so better I buy that
Mhm.
in that areas. So no carbon emissions anymore, no
Mhm.
distributions. Yeah, actually I still learning of that, but I'm trying my best. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak, for the answer. May I have several recommendations for slow fashion companies in Indonesia because my thesis was about slow fashion as well,
Wow,
slow fashion
cool.
companies in Indonesia. And I interviewed some of the founders of slow fashion companies in Indonesia. You can check Sejauh Mata Memandang, Imaji Studio, Osem, Lekat di Hati, Lulut Villa Bibi, and then the last is wait, I forget, Petang Hari. Yeah, that are my recommendations.
Yeah, you know better than me because yeah, all my my head to toe is not brands, local brand. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
good
because
start.
I used to interview them for my thesis
Mm.
back then.
So maybe I also
Mhm.
have one of the questions. After
For me,
you,
Kak.
yeah, after you interviewed them, how
Mhm.
they faced and how to solve the environment by their side as a producers. Yeah.
Mhm. So the interesting thing that I discovered is that those companies that I mentioned before, they are doing something that you mentioned before, Kak. So they are more thoughtful on their end-to-end journey. So they go to like the craftsmen's by themselves. They ask the question like, what is the ingredients of the materials, and then they tend to like upcycling the waste of their productions, and then after that they use the environmentally friendly packaging, and then after that they also inform their consumers what kind of things that the consumers can do if they think the goods is outdated, so uh, they can send the goods to the brand itself, or they can donate at certain location in Jakarta, something like that. So yeah, they are more thoughtful on the end-to-end journey of the product.
Wow, interesting. And this is important. It's a good start as a company, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Very agree. Okay, one more chance for the audience to ask question because
1 minute
the
left.
time is, yeah, we still have a little bit of time.
Mm.
If you guys want to ask questions, okay, no, okay,
Yeah.
maybe this is like wow, this session is was very exciting for me because
Mm.
I am passionate about like these things that we are discussing. And yeah, maybe Kalita can give like the closing statement for the audience.
Yeah. The first is thank you for at America to invite me as speakers to talk about slow fashions. Even my experience not really much for the fashion things, but as the practical people, I mean, I practice the daily life to slow fashions. Yeah. When we talk the slow fashion, the fashion industries, and then the impact for the environment, I saw many things happens in the land and in the oceans. Yeah, sometimes we should check the environment in maybe in near our house or near our site. Is there any things waste that we produce after we saw the environments, and then we should also thinking with ourselves, is it because ourselves or is it because the people nearby us? So yeah, uh, we should also check first, and then the second one, how we can contribute. We don't need to contribute as a big as we are, but we can start to contribute and have the commitment for the ourselves, right? So like in Indonesia we call it niat. We try to niat to protect the environment, to solve the environment. And this month, this June is very for me is very interesting month, and for me is celebration month because this month is tomorrow at the 5th June is World Environmental Days, and 8th June is World Ocean Days. And I'm really love all the environments, and I hope for this month, for this June, we can start the commitment to protect the environments, start from the preservation, start from the how we try and how we can start with ourselves first, and then we can also join some of the movement, check and update about the conditions, and then if we have the role of maybe some of the stakeholders, we have roles in government or we have roles in the company or we have roles in media, spread the information, spread the word that this is a good start to save the environment. Because why? We still, I mean, like we live in one Earth. If we want to move in Mars, it took maybe 100,000 times. We already died already. We already passed away. So yeah, the important thing how we preserve and how we save our Earth because the generation, next generation, it will be not us, but also for the future, how they can also see the beautiful of our Earth. Yeah. So start with commitment from ourselves and then try to find another information and spread the word that this is really important. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Kalita. Wow, we just spent 1.5 hours
Oh wow,
discussing
I
about
need more
this.
time.
Yeah, like this is so interesting and this is so
Mm,
exciting.
mhm.
And yeah, thank you so much, Kalita, and thank you so much at America. And back to you, Kahasna. Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you soon in somewhere else.
Back at Kahasna. Thank you so much.
All right, let's break up with fast fashion and show much love to our environment by taking actions. Thank you very much to Mbalita and also Mas Ramzi for today's fruitful session. It was truly an enlightening session as well. So, earlier in this event, we asked the audience a question, and the question was, when was the term slow fashion first used? And the correct answer to that is B, 2007. Shout out to today's lucky one at Forisa from Instagram for answering correctly. Thank you so much to everyone who has participated in our social media quiz. Don't forget to tune in next time and catch a chance to get a live shout out from us by the end of the event. And now, do you want to develop more brilliant ideas with a platform like this? It's super easy by clicking to our website at www.atmerica.or.id, select create an event, and go to collaborate with us. All given proposals will be reviewed and your event might be featured here soon. You can also subscribe to our newsletter if you find yourself enjoying this event so you can stay updated with our upcoming events as well. Follow us on our social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at ATMerica for interesting contents, giveaways, and so much more. Also, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. With that, it is time to say farewell. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. My name is Hasna. See you on the next At America event. Bye bye, everybody.